I think any of us would like to pay less property taxes. We'd like to pay less taxes, period. I think the balancing act is finding that appropriate taxation that allows people to have their freedom from over-taxation, freedom from over-regulation, and freedom from over-litigation. Those three are the real foundation for having liberty. And we reduced the property tax rate by 50% back in 2006. And I told people, I said, if you don't put either caps or some downward pressure on appraisals, then we're going to run back into this over-taxation issue, if you will. And that's exactly what's happening. So hopefully in 2011, legislature gets back in here and we will elect more people that believe in freedom and liberty and continue to put that downward pressure on the property tax burden that we have in the state of Texas. Now, there have been some that have called for doing away with the property tax and replacing it with a sales tax. Nationally, I'm a big fan of the fair tax. Completely doing away with the IRS, doing away with all those costs, and replacing it with a national sales tax. Now, that has some great interest for me. But just the state of Texas doing away with property taxes and replacing it with sales tax, a couple of problems jump up. One of them is, for instance, if you live along the border of the state of Texas, you're in Texarkana, you're in Wichita Falls, you're in Amarillo or El Paso, and we replaced the property tax with a sales tax, and that rate goes somewhere between 14 and 20%. Let's just say 15%. And you're an automobile dealer, you're going to lose all your business out of state. If you are a retailer, you're going to lose your business out of state. And then I think the most onerous part of that is that property taxes are how you keep the local decision making and the local money for our public schools. You replace property taxes with a sales tax in the state of Texas, they'll be making all of our decisions in Austin, Texas. And I don't think we don't want Washington, D.C. centralizing all of our decision making, and the fact of the matter is, we don't want Austin, Texas centralizing all of our decision making.
Well, the governor, under our state constitution, can't eliminate any tax. It does require an action by the legislature. And there's no doubt that property taxes have hit middle-class families so hard in Texas. We pay for so much with our property taxes. That's why when I was mayor of Houston, we cut the property tax rate for 5 straight years, and we raised the senior and disabled exemption, so that especially people on fixed income who own their residences, maybe their biggest expense would be their property taxes, and they shouldn't be forced out of their property. But every proposal to cut one tax and raise another tax, you got to listen to the people who are paying the other tax. The fact is that we all pay for goods and services, and we got to have the right balance between property taxes and the sales of goods and services in order to protect the Texas economy. Let me give you an example. If we were to raise our sales tax rates to the highest in the nation, I would like to own the tractor dealership right in Texarkana, Arkansas, because that would shift a lot of our goods and services outside the state. So I want to work to give real property tax relief. I've done it before. I didn't promise to do it when I was running for mayor of Houston in any of my elections, but I looked under the hood, made government more efficient, and did it for 5 straight years.